everyone. We are live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show later on. My next guest has been on with me now several times. I have with me Carrie Smalley, and she's a nurse practitioner and the owner of Stellar Care Clinic. Welcome back to the show. Now, you know, today we're going to talk a little bit about food, hormones, and healing. And I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, though, and what you do and how easy you have made people to be able to get healthier.
Thanks, Carol, for having me back. So my name is Carrie, so I'm the provider and owner of Stellar Care Clinic, like she said. So I've been in healthcare now for 30 years, wow. And I was an RN for 16 years, went back to school, became a nurse practitioner, dual certified in family and both emergency medicine. Then I became a certified fast metabolism coach. So I own a wellness clinic. If you need help in medically supervised weight loss, hormone therapy, men's health, that includes testosterone and erectile dysfunction treatments, or nutrition and health coaching, anti-aging solutions, I can help you. And the great thing is I do everything 100% via telemedicine, so I can help anybody in Arizona, and the convenience of not having to do it right in your home. You don't have to drive to the doctor, you don't have to wait in the waiting rooms. I can help you, especially if you're a busy professional.
Well, I'm going to give the information out because this is something that I think that people really need to write the number down and put it in their phones, because people tend to, as they're driving, they're listening, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I gotta go do that. So you do free consultations?
Yes, absolutely.
And again, this is only telemedicine, okay? It's only telemedicine, so all of Arizona, she can help. You could check her out on her website, which is stellarcareclinic.com, and her phone number is 928-267-3532. So let's talk about what led you to being a certified fast metabolism coach. I got it out this time.
So after 30 years of being in healthcare, I could just see how the American diet was leading to all this disease, and all these yo-yo diets out there was just doing way more harm than good. And to be honest, I struggled personally. Even being in healthcare, it was super, super frustrating. I started going through menopause after having kids, all these things, weight gain. I studied everything. And being the healthcare professional, I started studying everything. Keto, paleo, 8CG, South Beach diet, Weight Watchers, everything. I dived deep into it. Wasn't getting any success, was frustrated. Even friends and coworkers have the same issues, because you know, as nurses, we tend to lead stressful lives, and cortisol tells our body to hold on to weight. So anyway, I found Haley Pomeroy in the fast metabolism diet, and I was so drawn to her. She's the most brilliant person who has had 30 years of experience studying nutrition and power on your plate, and I was very, very drawn to this. And I had to learn a whole new mental process of food is not your enemy. It's actually the solution to heal. We need to heal our body. We actually need to feed ourselves. I mean, I could go all day without eating and not lose a single pound, and how strange to suddenly eat 5 meals a day and start dropping weight. I lost 40 pounds and counting, never looked back, and then I went on to do the coaching and the certification so that I could actually incorporate all these principles into my practice.
So it is all about what you eat, though, and what you eat together.
Yeah, so the fast metabolism diet works on a principle of kind of the food to heal your body. Everything in your metabolism is nutrient dependent. So one of the most important things, it's like a phased plan. We hear the confuse it to lose it. So it uses a 28-day plan that uses specific foods, specific times, in order to cause our body to do the things that we want it to do. So for instance, like in phase 1, when we're doing fruits and whole grains, we're telling our body to calm those adrenals down, you know, keep that cortisol from telling our body to store fat. We move on to the phase 2, where we're eating lean proteins and veggies to help our liver detox. And then we go into phase 3 before our body starts thinking, hey, I need to hold on to something again. And we use healthy fats and nutrient-dense foods. So we support our thyroid function and getting our body into this fueling metabolism to where it's just a igniter burning thing and just letting it all go. But this also is about our health. I mean, it helps you sleep better, it helps you feel better, it starts to fix imbalances, because everything in our body is based on nutrients.
Now, when you're working with somebody and you're coaching them, let's say, on this, you obviously have to get their whole story, because everybody's got a weight story, right?
Oh yeah, they could have years of dieting, they could, and sometimes it's underlying issues from years of just different things that have gone on, that their body's imbalanced. They may have severe stomach issues, you know, they can't, that's why it's really about meeting that patient where they're at. You have to get a really, really comprehensive history, everything from what do you eat, what times a day do you eat, what time do you go to bed, how busy is your lifestyle, what's your stress? You know, what do you have going on? Do you drink alcohol? What are your go-to foods? What are the things that you crave that you can't stay away from? You know, and how busy are you as far as being able to meal prep and do these things? And then we kind of create a diet plan based on that with their specific symptoms, goals in mind. But also, you have to meet the patient where they are. If a patient says, I can't stand broccoli, you're not going to tell them to eat chicken and broccoli all week to lose weight, because that's not going to cut it. They're just going to go run the other direction.
Mm-hmm. Right, but you know, guess what? Most people say, you know, that's what they do. They do that. They tell them to eat that, and you've got to do that. And if you don't, you're gonna, you know, you're not gonna lose the weight, and it's a vicious cycle, right? Now, but what I love about you now is that you are telling how. Let's say they're having troubles, right? And because everybody, when they start the diet, they might be gung ho. And this is not on your question, so I'm just asking it from me. Is that, like, let's say I start having, I feel like I'm gonna fall off the wagon, right? And I'm getting. Can I call you and talk to you about that? Are you there? When you coach them, it's not just telling them what to do, but what happens when we're sort of having a little trouble, like feeling a little shaky, you know?
So one thing is, because the practice is essentially me, myself, and I, is that you can call me, text me, and patients text me all the time. They're like, hey, what is this going on? What can I do? And sometimes it's just, they just need that little push. Or we have patients that say, hey, let's schedule a follow-up. They spend 45 minutes in Phoenix traffic driving home. I'm like, hey, let's schedule you a follow-up. And as long as they can safely do it on their car phone, then we're, you know, we're having that follow-up. We're going through what's going on that week. What can we do? What little changes can we make? And sometimes it's like, they've been so busy that their water intake is down, and we need water. It's the, you know, we've got to flush everything out, and if we're not doing that, we're holding on to toxins, and that's just inhibiting the weight loss. Sometimes it's just little things, tweaking meal preps, or finding things that are like crash snacks, things that they can do on the go, because people are so inherently busy that we forget to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely. Now, the website is stellarcareclinic.com. She works telemedicine only, but she can help anybody in Arizona. And she does free consultations. Her phone number is 928-267-3532. You know, the summer's here. We're really here. And everybody, you know, you've gone and put on a bathing suit and you're running away from the mirror, right? Because we all have just gotten, I mean, it's very hard, especially when we're dealing with times the way that they are. A lot of people eat to make them, it's feel-good food, right? Now, one thing that I loved that you were talking about is about how food is medicine.
Yes.
I want you to talk a little bit about that before we go to a break.
So every process in our body is nutrient dependent, whether it's your thyroid, whether it's everything from your heart beating. We require nutrients to keep going. And our body has this amazing way of trying to keep us in this balance. But unfortunately, from all the different things we're getting exposed to, we get imbalanced. And so the food, the power on your plate, not only has the ability to help you lose weight, to move that needle, but to keep you being healthy, the best version of yourself. You know, cutting those numbers down so cholesterol looks better, blood pressure looks better, we're sleeping better, we're doing better. It's really about power on your plate.
And food is medicine, and I love it, but it has to be the right food.
Yes, I mean, we got to stay away from, you know, one of the biggest things with this is we try to get rid of some of the, you know, even dairy. Unfortunately, in our production with dairy, there's a lot of hormones and things in the meat. In the milk, mm-hmm. and things that we're doing. These things can cause metabolic disruptors, but also cause us to gain weight. So a lot of these things can definitely contribute. And
when we come back from the break, I want to talk about organic food really quickly too, because you know everybody's like, okay, that's organic, but I believe that not even everything's organic anymore.
No, you got to really read the labels.
You really do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk further. I like to say that Doc is in, and she's here talking to us a little bit about, I know that you're a nurse practitioner, but I do like to say it. I'm being funny. But hear her out. Listen to what, you might be having a lot of trouble losing weight. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do, but you're not doing it her way. And her way is a whole different approach. Again, you can check her out on her website. It's stellarcareclinic.com. Again, it's only telemedicine, so she can help anybody in Arizona. She does free consultations, and her phone number is 928-267-3532. Okay, so, we're still gonna go live, cause the difference is we're live on Facebook still here, so we can talk a bit further. What are your thoughts about, eating organic? Do you think people should be eating
You
organic?
should eat organic as much as you can, but you have to make sure it's truly organic and what the sources are coming from.
Mhm,
You know, and she talks a lot about that even with her supplements, because the supplements, they say that there's so much garbage, and you have to be careful now from getting your supplements on Amazon. And it's not that I don't love Amazon, I use Amazon like crazy. But the problem is sometimes there's people on there that are, putting out good name supplements, like Life Extension, some of those, but they're actually fake. They're rebottling it and giving you, and sending you stuff that's full of, bad things.
Unless it's certified, I think you've really gotta
You gotta
make
make
sure,
sure
and there's
it's
not a lot
testing.
that's certified here. Well, the other thing that you had mentioned, I know that you can do, semi-glutide, can
Yes.
you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I do the weight loss. I mean, I
Mhm.
do all the medication assisted, but I mean, nutrition plays a factor in everything I do.
In every area.
Whether hormones, men's health, all of it, anti-aging, it's a part of everything I do.
Right, well, we're gonna go to here, but I do think that that's what you should say when you come back and how it all bleeds together, right?
Absolutely.
We didn't do the giveaway of the book, did you want to do that?
No, I mean, I didn't bring the
Oh,
one
so
in
don't
there.
worry
We
about
had the one that I totally forgot. I'm like, I had more at home.
Oh, Okay, don't worry
I
about
totally
it.
forgot about it. It just,
All right.
it was nuts this morning.
That's okay, don't worry about it. Maybe I was supposed to and I forgot, cause I have, okay. Well, we'll talk about that. I think really honestly that people are struggling, and very frustrated because they're not losing weight. And I think hormones plays a huge part,
Well,
not
it's
just how you.
everything we're getting exposed to. It's everything we're getting exposed to. I mean, she goes into details talking about how lecithin, all these things and these things, like the reason why we're not eating corn is because what have they done? They've genetically modified it to make cows fatter. So what do you think it does to us when we eat it?
Wow, I should stop eating it, I do love it.
I do too.
But do you see the difference?
Oh, yeah.
You like it better?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten more comfortable with it, so
Yeah.
I think that's really helped
But
too.
also, but this is such a little bit smoother ride. That's
Yeah,
what I
not like so.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It's topics that go deep.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you can go way more narrow and deep than what you're doing. You really
Yeah.
can, I'm sure.
I just don't wanna go too above.
Don't
the
worry
edge.
about it. Here we go. So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Carrie Smalley, and she's a nurse practitioner and the owner of Stellar Care Clinic. Everything she does telemedicine, so she can help anybody in all of Arizona. She does free consultations. You can check her out on her website. It's stellarcareclinic.com. And at the break, when we were talking a little bit to Facebook land out there, we were talking about how hormones and how that is so big, where how people are, they're working so hard to lose the weight and they're still not losing the weight. But the fact that this whole approach to eating actually plays into every facet of what we're talking about here.
Oh, absolutely. So the problem with our hormones, our thyroid, our adrenals, is we're getting exposed to toxins daily. Everything from the processed foods we're eating to all the chemicals we're getting exposed to. I mean, like we were talking about on the break, is even things like corn that we eat in our everyday. Corn has unfortunately been so genetically modified. They designed that in order to make the cows fatter quicker so they could go to slaughter quicker, but that's exactly what it's doing to us when we eat it. The same with milk and hormones. That's why they suggest, removing these things at least for that 28 days. Not that you're never going to eat it again, but the goal is to get it to where we're staying away from the ultra processed foods, we're staying away from the dairy, the processed grains and so forth, because these all contain little ingredients that just do disruptors. And then everything in our life, even from certain candles and chemicals that are given off, BPAs in the water bottles,
Mhm.
and the things like that. These all cause chemical disruption in our body, and then our body really works hard in order to hold on to everything to keep a balance, and this is why people struggle so much to lose weight. So the Power on Your Plate works with nutrition to restore these nutrients, help your liver detox, calm your adrenals down, and kind of bring yourself back into balance. And it affects so many things in our lives.
So when you are doing an intake with somebody, do you have to do some blood work for them to kind of find out, because where their thyroid is and all of that?
Oh, absolutely. So it's not only just about getting that comprehensive history, also finding out what medications they're on, because medications can cause problems in of themselves, but getting that comprehensive labs, everything from your cholesterol to your inflammatory markers to checking hormone levels, especially if they desire that, to are they pre-diabetic, to what are their blood counts, what are these stresses, all of these pieces play an important picture in kind of looking at the person overall, so they kind of know exactly where they stand with their health and what's going on and what we can do to move that needle just a little way.
Now, I wanted to ask you about, well, I guess if you want to first do this one, which would be the biggest myths when it comes to metabolism, with all of that. Are there myths to it?
Oh yes, it's huge, because one of the biggest myths is that, you go and they tell you, and this is even in my mainstream medical training, it's like, eat less and exercise more to lose weight. But if this were true, you would see these skinny people who eat all this food. They can eat extraordinary amount of calories, they don't gain a pound. And conversely, you'll see an overweight person struggling to lose weight. They're eating salad, lettuce pieces, and they're just over it because they can't lose a single pound eating nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is because metabolism isn't 100%. Although yes, if it's calories in, calories out, we can go through this whole metabolic thing, seeing how much calories you're burning a day, tell you to go, 300-400 less, because in a week that's going to be 1 or 2 more pounds. So that thing is true, but this only works temporarily, because over time your body's going to be like, okay, well, you're in a kind of starvation mode. You've kind of pulled this stuff away from me. So now I need to make sure I'm protected, and I'm going to start holding on to everything I eat. This is why when people stop these diets, they start gaining the weight back pretty pronounced. So the goal is to create something that not only nourishes your metabolism, but moves the needle, tells your body, okay, it's okay to let go of this weight, it's okay to metabolize these fats correctly, it's okay to do this, and then we create something lifelong and sustainable, not just a short term.
Well, I do think it's really important, especially that you do take their bloods and check on all of this, because too many fad diets, and there's a lot of them out there, especially right now, and also everybody's buying these keto things, and they think that they're on this keto diet, then they can buy all this stuff in the market, and everything's keto, everything's no sugar anymore, and guess what? It all has sugar, it all does, and it's not doing what it's supposed to do, because most people are eating way more than they should of it, right?
Yeah, and then it's also some of the, in order to make it keto, some of the artificial sweeteners and stuff in there, again, are huge metabolic disruptors. And our body isn't designed to just eat primarily fat and protein. Vegetables carry all of your enzymes and everything we need to digest these foods. So what's happening with these diets long term, they can be very hard on the kidneys. They're going to disrupt that gut health, and eventually it's going to go the wrong direction and start creating other diseases. So we don't want that to happen.
I wanted to talk about how all of the fast I'm not saying it, metabolism approach to support anti-aging and how that works.
Well, because let's face it, aging is about not only just wrinkles, it's about inflammation, it's about our cellular degeneration. So the FMD diet, which is the easy way to say it, is one of the ways to help prevent all that, because it actually focuses on decreasing inflammation, because inflammation in our body leads to so many diseases, everything from our gut health, leaky gut syndrome, even our ability to metabolize hormones and everything else. So it really can just create a wreck of disease. So if we're working on nutrition, it's calming all this down, which is your best anti-aging thing, not only because you're sleeping better, you're feeling better, you have more energy to get out there, stay active, because as we get older, if we stop being active, it's never a good thing.
As much as you can, you have to stay active. And you can check her out on her website. It's stellarcareclinic.com. She does free consultations. She works only telemedicine, so she's made it very convenient for everybody. And this way she can also help anybody in Arizona. It's 928-267-3532. I want to go to here about, not this one, but here to how you incorporate all these services when it comes to hormone therapy and everything.
So we definitely start, like I said, with a comprehensive evaluation, the lab work and everything. So even if we're using medication assistance, whether it's for weight loss, hormones, anti-aging solutions, the nutrition still has to be paramount. Because if we're not getting the nutrients we need, we're not going to be able to metabolize these things we're putting into our body. You know, these things work as tools, but if you don't fix the underlying path, there's still issues going on. So nutrition is literally paramount in every service I provide.
Yes, and it is key. I mean, about when you say that you have to get down to the root of the problem first too. And what I want you to also do is tell us a success story.
Yes, so one of my favorite success stories is very close to me and everything. So I had a patient that was extremely overweight from having kids and also thyroid dysfunction, very, very frustrated, so frustrated that they were ready to turn to weight loss surgery. I said, please promise me you're going to give me at least a year because I want to help fix you. So we did use medication assisted, but we really focused on the principles of the fast metabolism diet to really help nurture their body back into health, back into restoration, reduce the inflammation, because thyroid is often inflammatory, it's autoimmune, our body's attacking itself. So we really focused on the anti-inflammation of all that. I'm happy to say she's down 70 pounds and still counting.
Wow.
And she feels better, more confident, feeling great, doing excellent, and so proud of them. And weight loss surgery is not even a thought anymore.
Well, it's nice, and not to say that people that's got its place too, but you know, when you've got to learn, let's say you got to lose 25, 35, 40 pounds, you don't need that for that, really, you don't. I mean, I feel that we all, no matter what, and a lot of people can have that surgery and then gain that right back. You have to know you have to be educated on what to eat, how to eat it as well.
Yeah, and that's what being a coach is all about. I mean, I think sometimes people think they can really go on it alone, but sometimes it just has that person in your corner helping you make those tweaks, helping you make your meal plans. I mean, we have some of our coaches that actually go help people meal prep. I don't personally do that because I don't have the time, but they actually go there and help, do that. And I mean, Haley herself has been flown all over the United States to help celebrities and everybody else.
So what is your advice for people who they feel stuck?
So if you're feeling completely stuck, you're frustrated, overwhelmed, you've tried everything, know that it's not your fault, that there is help out there, there is hope, we can do things to move that needle. Give me a call and I'd be happy to help you. I give free consultations, and even if you can't use one of my services, I can help you. One way to give you any piece of advice to help you move that needle, I'm happy to do it.
And do you work with both men and women, obviously?
Yes.
Because you do that men's health as well. And I want people to understand too that men, as you get older, you have your issues too. Women seem to very often after they've had children, and I don't know why the thyroid comes in so much into play. Even after I had my children, all of a sudden I have a thyroid issue, and I never did in all my life. What would be your final words for everybody today?
So, I mean, it's true. Whether you're man, woman, whether you're struggling with anything, we see so much disease, so much hormonal imbalance. If you're having these symptoms, you're feeling fatigued, you're feeling tired, you're just not feeling like yourself, you can't move the needle, give us a call. There really is help out there. There is something to get to the bottom of the solution. We're not trying to do Band-Aid medicine. My goal is to make you live your best life, feel as great as you can so you can enjoy yourself.
What I love about this is that it sounds like you can eat and still lose weight. You don't have to starve yourself. You don't have to go on these crazy diets. And I know that a lot of people out there are, they do suffer, especially right now. It just seems like, it's so hard because we're always on the go, we're running around, we don't know what to do. Look at the week is gone already. And what do you think we do? We get fast foods, right? Or even some of the healthy ones they say they're salads and stuff, they're not good for you, right?
No, not all the dressings in there. So my goal is to incorporate to where you learn that diet means, did I eat today? Did I eat to nurture my metabolism? Did I do something to actually fuel myself and fuel my metabolism?
I love that.
That's my goal.
Did I eat today? And you can lose weight while you say that. I love that. Again, you can check her out on her website. It's stellarcareclinic.com. She works only telemedicine, but she knows she can help everybody in Arizona because of that. And what I love is you could be driving down the freeway and you can have your consultations with her and your doctor appointments. You don't have to worry about that. She makes it super simple for everybody. It's stellarcareclinic.com, or she does free consultations. It's 928-267-3532.